Hi, my loves. We are back with another collective reading. And just in case you needed a reminder today to let that ish go, please go ahead and let that ish go. All right. So I'm going to start pulling cards. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. I woke up with a lot of energy. So this collective that I'm going to be reading for, if you woke up with quite a bit of energy today and you're wondering what the heck is going on, well, let's find out, shall we? I'm just getting my cards out. I like to use 3 decks sometimes, just because if there are clarifying cards that need to be utilized, I like to use a full deck whenever I'm clarifying, just in case the card that I'm clarifying is going to be the exact same card that was pulled. Sometimes that happens. Okay. So let me move my awesome coffee. All right, everybody, today, the theme of the day is we're going to let that ish go today. What else are we going to let go today? Wow, we're straight off the bottom of the deck. We have the Judgment card on one of my, on decks. Oh, on deck. All right, Queen of Pentacles. How would you like this? This way, this way. Okay. How would you like this? Okay. Keep going? Yes. All right, so straight off the bat, we have Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, the Hermit, and Judgment again, guys. We literally are having Judgment twice, okay? Hold, please. These cards are popping. These cards are popping. All right, they said 2 more. 2 more. Oh, look. 2 more and kind of got 3 more, but that's okay. How would you like it? Up. Down. Up. Okay. All right, so first things first. Theme of the day is clearly Judgment, okay? And also letting that ish go today. Okay. So what is it about the Judgment card? And what does the Judgment card represent? Okay. Judgment represents Judgment Day. Okay. It also represents in the book of Revelation, the Last Judgment. And I know that a lot of people, whenever they hear of the book of Revelation, the Last Judgment, they get really freaked out. Okay. But there's nothing to be freaked out about, because when you think about it, okay, the Last Judgment. The Last Judgment means there's no more judgments placed, okay? If there's no more judgments placed, there's no more false perceptions placed, right? Because a lot of times when we're judging things, we're judging them based off our own emotional experiences, not the truth of the matter, which is actually happening. We as humans like to do that, okay? So the theme of the day is judgment. So how many times have you passed judgment upon yourself? Look at this. Here it comes again. How many times have you passed judgment upon other people? Where are these judgments basically flooding back into your life for you to clear? Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. This is a big reading. Okay. So let's get to it. First things first, we have Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Wands reversed. Beautiful. Hermit, love, and Judgment. So what this is telling us, if we want to do keywords, right? Queen of Pentacles is somebody who did it all on her own. Okay, so you've done this all on your own. You have come across so many people or so many times where you've had to defend yourself. That's 9 of Wands, okay? So here you are, all on your own. You've been defending yourself, while at the same time, you've been going inward through all of these defenses. You've literally taken each, I'm hearing like, you've literally taken each wand from your fence that you had around yourself, right? I'm seeing somebody like fenced in, but these fences that were built were actually built on like each piece of wood that I'm seeing. It's like these are all judgments you've had upon yourself, but these are also like past wounds that you've also barricaded around yourself. But you've gone into this hermit mode, right? And you did this all on your own. Okay, this was prompted all on your own. Okay. And when I'm saying like this was prompted all on your own, it's because you always felt like you were left out in the cold. Like you always felt like you were the black sheep either of your family, or you were like the black sheep of your friends group. Like you wanted to fit in, but you did everything you could to fit in. But even though you were trying to fit in, no matter what, you never fit in. Like, no matter what, there was no way for you to fit in whatsoever, because the way that you perceive things, the way that you think about things, the way that you put other people before yourself, not many people do. So whenever you were introduced to these situations, these people, these events, right? Here you're coming from a consciousness level of here, and these people are coming from a consciousness level of here. They're making decisions and making moves based off this consciousness level, and you're like, wait, that doesn't really go with what I want to do, but I guess I can help you. Boop, 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 boop. And then you drop down and then you try and pick that person up. But meanwhile, that person is just slapping you down to the ground every single time. Every single time. And this could be in correlation to you stepping into your full divine masculine energy, right? It's like you've always been a people pleaser your whole life. You've always tried to either beat around the bush, I'm hearing, or make it sweet for other people. Like you've always tried to soften whatever information you were either encountering with other people or bringing about other people. But it's like they're your guides and your soul is fine. Like, I'm done. Like, I am so done. Like, that whole, like, what is this? Like, it's like wishy-washy, but it's almost like fake. It's like you're tired of putting on these masks and pretending like everything is okay. Like, you're tired of it. And because of that, like, you had to reach that in order for you to actually move to this next point. Like, you don't realize you had to get to that level of, I'm done. Ugh, done. Like, I'm seeing like somebody go crazy, like, I'm done. I'm also seeing like the Nutty Professor. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie. It's like, okay, that's literally like what I'm seeing. Somebody going a little bit crazy, but you had to have that happen. You quite literally had to have that happen, because without that, without you finally saying, I'm done, you would have never brought balance to yourself, to the situation, to your life, to your DNA, to the collective, to everything, to all that is. Okay? And sometimes though, right? Sometimes though, you might be feeling like, did I fuck up? Maybe I should go back. You're having these moments of self-doubt. And that's okay, right? Because they want me to explain, why are you having these bits of self-doubt? The reason why you're having these bouts of self-doubt is because you are coming into the same type of energy that you did in the past, right? But this time you're coming into it from this level of being done. So now that you're coming it from this level of being done, any of that energy from the past, it's going to test you and be like, are you sure you're done? Are you sure? You sure you're done? Like, cause I don't think you're done. Well, I'm going to try again. Here it comes, okay? And you're just like, no. And even though you were in that, no, part of you is like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I think this is kind of what I want to do. But it feels really weird, because I've never done this before. I've never stood up for myself before. And I've never actually put my needs first. And it's kind of scary. That's what happens, okay? But in order for that to happen, right, whenever that happens, mastery happens, okay? You learn, like, you evolve, okay? And this evolution phase that you've been going through, they're saying for at least, like, I'm seeing like 10 to 15 years now, some of you have literally been just one step after another, keeping your head down, keep it moving. I'm just going to keep going. I know that this is worth it in the end. I know that this is going to be worth it in the end. And this message is resonating heavy for somebody in here now, because my whole body is lighting up. And baby girl or baby boy, this is God letting you know it is absolutely worth it. And it will all make sense relatively soon. And the fastest way to make it make sense is to allow yourself to surrender it. Surrender all of your past things, all of your past doubts, all of the times that's ever taken you out of your emperor mode, all the times that's ever left you out in the cold, right? We're going to take all of that, and we are going to allow ourselves to surrender it to God or to your higher power, whatever your higher power is. For me, it's God. I go straight to the source. Boom. I want to go right back home. So I'm saying, God, I know I'm doubting, but I also know I'm doubting because I've never done this before. And I need you. You could say that. You could say, I need you now. Like, I need you. Like, I really need you now. I really could use a confirmation. I just need to know I'm on the right path. You are allowed to do that. And the fact that you really should do that, because the most humbling thing you can do is ask for help. And the thing is, like, they don't want you to look at it as like how you did in the past. Like, they're saying anytime you used to ask for help in the past, you were always reprimanded for it. It's like, I'm seeing a parent being like, why couldn't you figure that out on your own? Why do you need me to do it? What do you mean? You can't figure this out? Go figure it out on yourself. Like, whoa. And if that's how you grew up, I'm so sorry. But that's also part of the reason why you're afraid to ask for help. Because anytime in the past that you've asked for help, you've literally been isolated. You've literally been shot down. You've literally been called out, when it's like, I'm just asking for help. Like, because I'm humble enough to ask for help. I didn't ask you to judge me based off that help. Right? So anytime that you were judged for seeking help, anytime that you were judged, anytime you had to defend yourself, right? These are the things that are starting to, I'm seeing like bubbles starting to come up again. So it's like they're bubbling up from your inner depths, okay? Allow yourself to release it. Allow these things to come up. Okay, they want me to go back to the judgment. All right. When we judge things, okay, we essentially attach an energetic cord to them. And when we attach energetic cords to things, right, it creates a connection, right? But it also creates an ebb and flow of energy between you and said thing, okay? Now, if you and said thing, person, place, event, whatever it is, I'm just going to hold it here. If you and this thing had a negative perception, right? If you perceived it to be negative, if you judged it as being negative, if it in fact wasn't, if they fucking hurt you, okay? You're allowed to say that's negative, okay? First of all right? So let's say something like that happened. You're still energetically attached to this said person, place, or thing. Anytime anything close to this comes close to you in the physical, in your emotions, in your thoughts, this thing gets activated and the energy starts buzzing, okay? And then what happens is this thing starts triggering things within you to react, because your body's like, I remember this thing. I can't handle this thing. Okay? But if we change our judgment on this thing, and if we say, oh, I forgive this thing for triggering me because this thing was just showing me that I was imbalanced on my own. Okay? If you allow that to happen, then said thing and said cord attached to you with said thing, basically, I'm seeing it like not fully dissolve, right? Because you have to actually clear these things. But the level at which it affects you changes drastically because you are not allowing that same attachment energy to you. Okay? Anytime we have judgments on anything, even ourselves, we essentially create energetic blockages. I'm seeing like an overlay pattern. Okay? And every time we come into a person, place, or thing that amplifies that judgment, it lays on top of it another layer of foundation, right? And then with each layer, we get proven to us that our thoughts and our beliefs are exactly as they are because they're our thoughts and our beliefs. And it's like, yeah, Spirit's like, you can't be mad at anybody but yourself. This is about responsibility, right? This is about us taking responsibility for any judgments that we've placed upon ourselves, but also any judgments we've placed upon other people, right? And in order for us to actually do that, we literally have to go inward. You have to actually take the time to figure out what all these wands represent to you. Nobody can do the work for you except you, right? Nobody could defeat the demons that I had to deal with growing up except for me. Quite literally. Nobody in my family was spiritually aware, in tune, could see, could feel, could hear, could speak to, could interact with the spirit world like I could growing up. Nobody in my family. I was the only one. I was isolated. I was the black sheep. I was left all alone. I was tormented nightly. I'm writing a book about it, okay? Like, it was fucking hell. And I know I chose this for myself. Why? I chose that so that I could wake up as fast as possible. Case in point, that's literally why I did that. I literally signed an agreement to basically be scared straight. Like, you know that show Scared Straight where they like scare people to be like, oh my God, okay? Like, I literally signed up for that. And I'm not angry anymore. I used to be, because I didn't know, right? I didn't know. I thought I was being picked on. I thought I was being marked like, they're gonna fucking kill me. I mean, they could have, honestly, but they didn't, because that wasn't the agreement. Anyway. But I scared myself so much as a child through these spiritual contracts to wake up so I can help wake other people up, right? But had I gone through life and said, everything's out to get me, nobody loves me, like, everything hates me, everything's just trying to attack me, then I'm just staying in victim mode, and then I'm just going to be that victim sucking leaky energy out of everybody and everything that I encounter. But I chose not to do that. I chose to ask why. Like, why am I experiencing this? What is the purpose of this? What is this teaching me? How is this evolving me? How can I help other people through this? That's the difference between a master and a muse. Okay? So are you going to be a master today, or are you going to be a muse? Are you going to sit there and question why I went through everything? Why these people do this? How has this affected me? How are my beliefs quite literally being played out in front of me? Or are you just going to allow yourself to be a muse and a victim? And allow these judgments to basically create a life of hell around you without any control. I know you don't want that, okay? I know you don't want that. I certainly did not want that. But that's why I chose to evolve, right? We have to choose that. We quite literally have to be the ones that choose. And sometimes you're the only one in your family that does that. And for me and my family, it could have been spiritual warfare, right? For you, it could be isolation. For you, also abandonment for me. But anyway, trust, okay? Greed, okay? Hate, jealousy, anger. Those 7 deadly sins, right? Those are like soul constructs or archetypes that all people need to work through. So what are they? What is it that you were born into that you need to work through for your family? Okay? That's called being a master. That's called stepping up and showing out. And trusting and being like, you know what, God? We got this. Let's go. Let's fucking go right now. Because that's literally how I feel now. Every day I wake up and I'm like, God, let's go. What are we doing for your people today? How can I be of service? How can you use my hands as your hands? How can you use my voice as your voice? How can I be the living embodiment of you, just as Jesus was, for the highest good of all? That's called mastery. And that's where you're being asked to step up. And if you don't want to step up to there, that's okay too. Like, yo, it's no judgment. That's the beautiful thing. But I know, like, you'll get there when you get there. And a lot of you are trying to get there now. Like, you're at this point where it's like, yeah, no. I'm noticing things are just not adding up. Weird shit's been happening. Things are not as they seem. Okay? And a lot of you now are starting to realize something that I learned as a child. Just because you cannot see it does not mean it's not there. Apply that to how you need it. But that was supposed to be said today for somebody. Okay? This is a powerful reading. I love every one of you. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I hope you all continue this mastery path. I hope you all recognize how fucking strong you are and how proud not only God is of you, but your ancestors, your guides, even your highest self, okay? Because your highest self is quite literally like, yo, what? They're just going, like, they're just soaring through everything. okay? And full body chills. Like, there's your confirmation. Yes, truth. I love you. I love you so, so, so much. I'm also so excited. My book's finally at the editor for publishing. It's very scary. But I love you. And if you need anything, please reach out to me. I will never reach out to you because it's fucking creepy. I don't do that. Nah, I've never done that. Even though I can read people like a book. Again, when I'm out in public, I don't do that. It's respect. We have boundaries, okay? I'm not going to sit there and be like, hey, by the way, your grandma says blah, 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 blah. No, because that's not right, okay? So if anybody out there is either pretending to be me and sending you messages, block them, delete them. They usually block the person that they're trying to be. So if that happens, please just block them. Get those pests out of here, all right? Tell them to start standing in their mastery and stop mimicking. Okay, I love you. Have a great day. Bye.